listening to Tiger Cats at the Half.
Tiger Cats at the Half is kicked off as presented by My Insurance Broker. Bubba O'Neil along with Andy Fantuz here for the next couple of minutes here to talk to you about this big Week 21 clash between the Hamilton Tiger Cats and the Montreal Alouettes, tied at 10 through 30 minutes of football. And Andy, I'll tell you, this has been a game that I know we've talked about it. We've said all the words, vanilla, not quite sure what you're to expect in terms of game planning and execution. But I'll tell you, big plays on offense, big plays on defense, big plays on special teams from your Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Yeah, well, there's certainly been some opportunities for big plays, and they've taken some shots downfield, but it's been a sloppy game overall. And the special teams big play is the one that really stands out as the difference in that half. The 122-yard missed field goal return by Tyreek McAllister after he himself already had 3 miscues in the game. He had the drop pass that could have led for a touchdown. He had the fumble on the return, and then another return kind of go off his shoulder pad and out of bounds. So good rebound by him. But like you said, we have seen a number of shots downfield by both teams, just not a lot of connections on those passes. Hamilton has been struggling, to say the least, offensively. They have 1 first down in the first half, 0 for 8 on second down conversions, only 69 total yards, and a number of penalties, and 7 penalties for 45 yards. But we've seen the miscues is the word I like to use. We've seen drop passes, we've seen offsides, we've seen misalignments on the offensive side, and we've seen some receiver miscues that weren't necessarily drops, but potential catches. And I guess you can expect that when you have new guys in the lineup, you have things changing, and not a lot of continuity and familiarity with each other. So sort of feels like a preseason game in that sense, but there have been some great plays by Hamilton on the defensive side, creating the 2 turnovers, and as well as that big return for a touchdown that we already talked about.
We've also seen a very active defense as well, too. The likes, we've seen some sacks. We've seen getting the defensive line all involved, and I'm excited at the fact that, you know what, Cody Fajardo in that offense. And that, with the minus of Cody at quarterback and Caleb Evans now running the QB, the offense for the Montreal Alouettes in the second quarter, they've played a lot of their starters, and the defenses stand tall.
Yeah, they have, and they've caused some of those miscues on the Montreal side. Austin Mack, a guy who normally sure-handed, has had a couple bobbles and drops, but those were caused by the coverage of Hamilton. So that's been really great. And the other thing about the Hamilton offense, I got to say, is we said only 1 first down and 0 for 8 on second, but honestly, I've really liked the way I've seen Bo Levi Mitchell moving around in the pocket.
Yes.
He's seen more elusive in this game than we've seen him yet this season. And although his stats aren't there, he didn't connect with some of those throws. They were good throws downfield on the run. So a lot of positives there, despite the stat line.
We got a lot of outstanding opportunities here to do what we do here on the Tiger Cats Audio Network, and this is just another one. We get the opportunity to talk to some really great people, and let's bring in one of them. He is obviously the owner of the Hamilton Tiger Cats. I call him the caretaker. We know like that, and Forge FC, and most recently the Hamilton Sports Hall of Famer, Bob Young. Really awesome for you to join us right now. And first of all, congratulations on being a Hall of Famer.
Thank you, Bubba. As you know, my role with the Ticats and the Forge is very limited. I've delegated everything to much smarter people than me, including yourselves. And my job is really just one thing, and that's to take credit for all the hard work that you guys and everyone else does. And as Shaggy would put it, it wasn't me. The award was for this organization. This organization is astoundingly good. You all work astoundingly hard, all in the interest of making our fans happier and more successful and more having a better time at these events. And if it takes me carrying the burden of being inducted into a Hall of Fame to message that to you guys and to our fans, I'm honored to do it.
Well, you're beyond humble, Mr. Young, or I should say Bob. I don't want to offend you there. But it must be a very exciting month of sports for you. You got the Forge FC championship game today. You got the Hamilton Tiger Cats going into the playoffs. The Grey Cup around the corner. Just talk about what's going on in your sports world right now.
Well, it's just so much fun. I get to channel 12-year-old Bob Young, you know. We get to cheer for our heroes on the field. And we have this wonderful Grey Cup Festival coming up in a couple of weeks, which I was looking at your notes, is at greycupfestival.ca. So all of your readers need to bookmark that, because we have just so many fun things happening, be from Niagara Falls practically to certainly through our region, Hamilton, all the way to Toronto. And Hamilton is the center of Ontario for a solid week. We got 40-odd bands coming. We have Carrie Underwood headlining it. We've got the OLG, the Players Awards at the OLG Theatre in Niagara Falls. We got buses going back and forth to Niagara Falls that you can hop on. This is an incredibly well-organized festival that I'm going to enjoy as much as any other fan will.
Yeah, the GHA, as you like to put it, and is going to be buzzing here for the next number of weeks. And like you said, greycupfestival.ca is where you can find all the info and the event list and book any tickets. What about talk a little bit about the Forge game going on tonight? You got they get second place in the regular season, but go into Calgary and win that big game to host the championship, and you're going to have a big crowd, 5-digit crowd at Tim Hortons Field tonight.
Yep, it's probably the biggest crowd to see a soccer game in Hamilton in, I don't know, 100 years, maybe ever.
Ever.
And yeah, it's going to be a rocking house. It's a beautiful evening for sitting outside watching a sporting event, so I encourage you to come on down. But yeah, we're very excited. It's hard, I don't care what sport you're in, to get to the championship game of any sport. And for the Forge to be here again, you know, Bobby Smirniotis has to be some sort of genius, a managerial genius to pull this thing off. And now, yeah, we get to watch an exciting game and watch our heroes do their damnedest to bring home the trophy.
You know, you talk about managerial genius. You have to be really proud of the managerial genius that has gone in to putting together this Grey Cup celebration.
Yep.
I mean, you could be 50, 60, 70, 17, 10 years old. There's going to be something for everybody.
100%. James Street here in downtown Hamilton is going to be closed for concerts and events that are all free. They're to the public. You can't charge people if it's on a public street, and we have no intention. We want the whole community to enjoy this festival.
I heard you guys talking before we went on air a bit, and as disappointing and confusing as it was in 2021, that with the whole COVID situation, having half of a Grey Cup Festival, kind of a blessing in disguise almost now that you get to do the full shabam here in 2023 and put on this spectacular festival that will be like none other.
Yeah, and you get all the details at greycupfestival.ca, but just to give a sense of scale, we're talking 40 different bands are playing across our city for the week. And this, as Bubba says, there's going to be something for everyone. And the city's going to be in party mode for a solid week and a wonderful Grey Cup game on this Sunday.
The best part for me is the fact that it gets to showcase our area. I mean, and
100%.
highlight, you know, the greatness of Hamilton, greatness of Beamsville, and of course Niagara Falls as well too. This whole area gets to shine in front of the country.
We are the Golden Horseshoe, and Hamilton has always been at the center of the Golden Horseshoe, and now we get to demonstrate that to the country and to the world by extension. Yeah, very exciting.
He is the caretaker of the Hamilton Tiger Cats first and foremost, as we do know, Forge FC, and as I said, a recent addition and a proud one there of the Hamilton Sports Hall of Fame. Bob Young, thank you so much for joining us. I know we're going to see you at a number of the events, having a good time. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm looking forward to it and appreciate the work you guys do. It's just brilliant. Thank you.
10-10 at the half. This has been Tiger Cats at the half, presented by My Insurance Broker. Get ready for this second half. RJ and Luke, they're in the broadcast booth, and we're streaming live at listen.ticats.ca and across the Ticats audio network. We'll see you at the conclusion of this one.